Wow,
All
wow,
right.
wow. How did you guys like it? Annette, I see you have a big smile on your face.
Yeah. Amazing. Amazing.
Thank you.
What do you think of that?
It was basically done last year on the YouLead Summit and by amazing young people from all across the region. If you've seen, you would see faces from Rwanda, from Tanzania, from Kenya. And that is what YouLead does, to bring people together from across the region. Yeah.
Well done, guys. I'm so honored to be part of this amazing group of young people.
We are honored to have you here, Annette. Very honored.
Yeah.
All right. I think Asman has some else prepared for us.
All right. Are we ready?
Yep.
Great. So here goes the countdown. I want you guys to say to
get ready to the countdown.
All right. So that's the question number 1. In which African country is the headquarters of the Jumia, an online shopping company, located? In which African country?
Is comment with the answer you think that is right, whether B or C or A or D. And the first answer is the winner, obviously.
yes.
So do we have some answers? Let me see our Facebook. Do we have some answers?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Shamim Juma says A.
We have Shamim.
Says A. Welcome, Shamim. Welcome very much. Nelson Komba says A.
People are getting there.
Oh, yes. Our next question, we are going to have a countdown. Who else wants to answer? Let's see.
Amazing.
And our panelists, you're more than welcome to answer as well. Don't be shy. Just go ahead and answer. All right. So, Gloria, we have 2 answers. I think we are satisfied with that. Do you want to give us the answer?
Are we ready for the answer?
I think we are.
On the prize?
I think we are.
2 and 1. We have the answer.
And the answer is Nigeria.
Okay. Yes, Annette. You know you travel a lot and sometimes the continent is not allowed. So this is us doing our job.
Wow. So what does the winner get?
The winner will get, after the whole session, the winner will get data bundles.
Whoa.
Yeah. Because of the mobility going on right now, the easiest way to dispatch is internet data bundles. So we're able to dispatch them all across the region.
All right. Are we ready for the second question?
Yes.
And our guest and the audience, there is a 30 seconds relay.
Yes, we
there
are.
is a 30 seconds relay that you have all the time to answer. So here goes question number 2. This is so easy. I'm sure everyone in East Africa will know this one. Bam.
Yes, sir.
This one is so, I see Annette smiling. I know this is this is so easy, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's see who answers that correctly. Hmm.
Who do we have? Let me see.
Ooh, Shamim says C.
Shamim says
Nice.
C. Let's see
See
who
who
else.
else.
Great. It seems we have Shamim as everyone else gets here.
Nelson as well.
But why is it that Nelson is answering after Shamim?
Need to be quick, very quick on your hands, on your toes, on your fingertips. Need to be very quick. Nah, so we have 2 answers.
Okay.
We have answers. Oh, there we go. We have Whitney as well.
Awesome, Whitney. Whitney says C.
Whitney Stacia says C. And C
Great.
is
Great. Are we all now ready to see what the answer that is?
oh yes.
Okay. Here it is. Safaricom and Vodafone.
Ah,
Yeah.
all right. See, we have been joined by Danish. Welcome, welcome, Danish. Welcome, Danish.
Thank you very much.
All right. So, Gloria, I think
Yes,
I think we now have a taste of how the Nerima is here. Welcome, Nerima. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Hi, Nerima.
Hi.
Good to
How
see
have
you.
you
You have
been?
Huh?
You haven't missed much. We're just getting started. I know you like to have a feel of this trivia, so you're in the right zone. Yeah, but
Awesome.
we just finished a few questions, and I don't know if Asman has something for us now, or we should just,
I
if
think
he wants to keep it for later.
the floor is yours. The floor is yours.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Our dear guests, like we had said, for those of us who have joined a bit later, we are hosting a wonderful lady today, Annette Bangana. Annette Bangana is a certified leadership coach, and she is the founder of AB Leadership, something that she's going to tell us more in depth. And on my left here, I have Nerima, who just saw her video. But Nerima is a wonderful lady, the ED of Siasa Place in Kenya. They're doing amazing, amazing things out there. And we have Cyrus Pussy, Cyrus Pussy from Rwanda, and from Governance for Africa. So, guys, feel free to chat or to say hello to each other. But to kick off our session and not to waste time, because we're Africans, but today we're going to change that. We'd like to bring on our dear guest, Miss Annette Bangana, who is going to tell us a little bit more about her work. But before that, I would like to say that she is the founder and CEO of AB Leadership Solutions, like I told you. She's also a certified leadership coach by John Maxwell. I am sure we have all read something of John Maxwell. And she has amazing things she's done in Rwanda, and currently she is in the US. So, Miss Annette Bangana, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Gloria. Yeah, it is my absolute pleasure. So do I get in or you're still? Do I
You're
start?
in, you're
Okay.
absolutely in. I would love to know, you could maybe tell us more about your work with leadership solutions.
Okay.
What got you into it? How are we here? You know?
Okay. All right. So thank you so much, Gloria, and the whole entire team. Thanks to Ivan, who was the first to contact me on Twitter. It was really exciting that there is a group of young people that are passionate about leadership. So I got intrigued with Ivan's message, and it has brought us to this moment where I have this incredible opportunity to share some of the insights. So, like Gloria said, my name is Annette Bangana. I'm a coach with the John Maxwell team, and I'm also the founder of AB Leadership Solution, a coaching company that basically is dedicated to helping you grow the leader within. Can you hear me properly? Because I'm hearing some sound in the background. Is everything clear, Gloria?
We can hear you out at this moment. I would like to request people who are not speaking to mute their mic. Thank you. Yes, Annette, we can
Yeah.
hear you.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, but prior to becoming a coach, my corporate experience was totally different from what I'm doing today. I was actually working as an operations manager for the Rwandan Country Program of United Nations Population Fund, a UN agency in Rwanda, and I also worked with them in New York headquarters. So my work was basically operations management and then project management. But then that gave me an opportunity to really see how much leadership can shape an organization, can grow an organization, can destroy an organization. Working in the UN system, you get to work with so many supervisors, you get to work with so many representatives and bosses because they change them like every 2 to 3 years. And one would come and suddenly everybody would become incompetent. I saw it with my own eyes, like the office would be in turmoil, there are no results, everyone is frustrated, no one is happy, no results. And then another one comes and, things are changing and it's still the same team, the same budget, the same program. So it used to really bother me. That's where my quest to look for leadership and to understand how leadership really impacts organizations started. So I must say that there is nothing that I have done that is more gratifying and fulfilling than what I'm doing today, which is leadership coaching, adding value to leaders who are adding value to others. So I totally agree with the philosophy that we have that everything will rise and fall on leadership. Everything will rise and fall on leadership, starting with self-leadership, organizational leadership. Everything revolves around that. And it has been my observation that we do not give it much attention it deserves. So for me to see, a group of young people like you, bringing yourselves together to learn, to grow, to improve yourselves, it's such, I don't know how I can explain it. It's so impressive. I'm so excited about this. And if there's anything I can do to add value to you, I will definitely do it because I believe everything will rise and fall on leadership. What Africa needs is really leadership. If you could, I come from Rwanda. If you could look at Rwanda before 1994 and look at it right now, it is like day and night. And what changed? We are still the same people. We are still the same country. We still speak the same language. The country has not become bigger than it was. But what changed? Leadership changed.
Leadership.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it's not resources really. You can have as much resources as you want. You can, you know, have the amazing skills and everything. But if there is no leadership, you're simply wasting time. It is not going to really work. So we have a practical example in our country. We have seen it. We have lived through it. So I really feel like everybody should be so passionate about leadership because it will either make you or break you. It will really come to that. Yes, I absolutely believe that.
I agree with you. And like you said, everything will rise and fall on leadership. And we continue to see this in Africa and outside Africa. And maybe to come back to that, for you to be able to expound more on that in terms of how it can affect youth and how youth can tap into that. I'd like to jump very quickly to Cyrus, who is a team lead at Governance for Africa, since we are talking about leadership. And maybe he could also give us a little bit of his remarks about the topic and this session. Cyrus, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. I think I never wanted to, and I don't want to take much time, but with the leadership, I think when we are talking about leadership, we are talking about basic needs of man, and we are talking about rights. Rights which is not a favor, but rights of human beings. So with young people, I think some of the challenge to summarize, some of them think that being a leader is being a parliamentarian or being in the cabinet. No, being a leader, first of all, is having a vision for the future. And also, when we are talking about leadership, we are talking about service, and service that transforms lives of people, services that transforms lives of vulnerable people, and services that gives a right to everyone to exercise and benefit for all the opportunities that are within the country or on the continent. I think with young people, first of all, we should look at leadership in terms of economic empowerment. How are you empowered? Because all of us, at the end of the day, we are Africans. We have beneficiaries. So you will never say or tell your grandmom or your cousin that you will not support after 10 years out of the university that we never got a job. At least if we have our governments, if they have tried to put, if there is a political will, that's number one. Then two, if there are policies that are youth friendly, then also if there are institutions where you can access the policies or where you can ask, for example, in a region apart from maybe Burundi and Tanzania, but other countries we have the National Youth Council, which is an organ for the young people. So to summarize, I think for me, young people, what I can say is that we should organize instead of agonizing. First of all, organizing, understanding what we want, what can it do, what is your capacity of understanding, and what can you do best. Then if we have what we can do best, for example, we have an opportunity in Rwanda, and Miss Annette Bayingana, she's here. Maybe how can you go before meeting her? What are you going to tell her? Which advice do you want from her? Do you have a vision of what you want to do? And maybe that's where she's going to start with. So as Governors for Africa, what we have been doing, mostly it's young people in decision lawmaking, youth and entrepreneurship. We have a project across the country, young people anti-corruption projects in Rwanda with young people, because this is where it starts. And we have all these inter-university students youth debates in different topics, leadership, business creation. So I think for me, when we are talking about leadership, we are talking about what can transform our lives to a better living, and also living in harmony with each other. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you, Cyrus. As we can hear, leadership has so many bodies. You know, there is the governance, there is the personal leadership, and there is, so in this case, I would like to go back to Miss Annette, who has been a champion of leadership, talking about personal leadership, personal growth, and I would like to know, we would like to know, us as the young people, how can we reskill and be able to retool during this time of COVID, given the fact that systems have changed, structures have changed? How can we be quick to think as leaders, as people who have learned from you and other amazing people in leadership? How can we be able, as young people, to be able to restore during this time?
All right. Thank you so much for that question. And I absolutely agree with Cyrus. I like the statement he made that we have to organize instead of agonize. I liked it. Yeah, so that is very important. And in a crisis like COVID, the most important thing is really to see how leadership really comes alive during a crisis like this. And what that means is that you see people coming up with solutions. You see people coming up to make a difference. That is really what leadership is about. Like Cyrus was saying, it is making things better for others. It is service, like you were saying. It is solving a problem. So if the young people could simply shift their thinking from what I can get from here, what I can get from here, what you can do for me, to what can I give? What do I have that I can give? Right? That would really be so amazing. That would be the starting point, right? What is it that I can do to give back, to solve a problem? Obviously, you're not going to solve all the problems of the world, but there are those that you can, where you are with what you have, you know? So that is the mentality of a leader that I would like to see, in young people, looking for solutions instead of, talking about issues and how the crisis has destroyed everything and how there is no opportunity and everything. That attitude should be the starting point. What is it that I can do? And then secondly, it would be now growth. I'm so passionate about growth. I'm always talking about growth. I think my second or middle name is about to become growth. Personal growth is so huge. And my observation, what I have seen is that for most of us, you go to school, you get a degree, you get a master's degree, you have a job, and you really think you have finished. Growth has ended. No, growth does not end when you finish school. It actually starts. There are guiding principles that really help you figure out how growth is going to be intentional from there, right? But then again, I also understand, because when you're in school, everything is straightforward. You will come from grade 1 to grade 2 to grade 3. And once you're done, there is curriculum, there's things that you're following. Once you're on your own, things change. I mean, who gives you a roadmap? How do you move? So growth is very, very key. That would be my second point, that as young people, we should be very intentional about our growth. It is not the employer's responsibility. It is your primary responsibility to grow yourself. How do you grow yourself? It all starts with self-awareness. And in this, if there is anything that COVID has taught us, it was I got to a point of wishing that I wish this time period everybody should take time to really figure out who they are, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, what their skills are, what they have been gifted at, what their natural talents are, what they can do to give, how they can use it now to make a difference in the communities around them. So self-awareness is that big part of growth and what young people can really do in this COVID situation. If we are going to move forward, things have changed, everything has changed, but if you really have a high self-awareness, of what you're very good at, how you can leverage that to really make a difference, it will be absolutely amazing. So that would be my comment on what young people should do. They should embark on a process called self-discovery. Stop copying what others are doing. Stop, what is it that ignites you? What excites you? What really keeps you awake at night? What do you dream about? Like, think about those things. And in small steps, with feebleness, with, baby steps, try to do something that is along the passion that you have. My personal experience and example is, for the most part, as I told you, I started to grow a passion on leadership, about personal growth, and I started to follow that path slowly by slowly. And right now, I can tell you that there is nothing that is more fulfilling than what I'm doing today. But it started from, a self-discovery journey. What is it? Not what my employer wants me to do this course, wants me to do this course, they want me to do that. Okay, all that is good. But in the meantime, who are you? How are you wired? What is your shape? Yeah, and yeah, absolutely. I also don't encourage people to, they tell you the crisis has come. These are the things that are going to be selling in the future. Yes, I agree. All these things, there are opportunities that are coming up, technology and everything. But at the end of the day, I believe if you're passionate about something, you will always win if you put in discipline and if you pursue it. Right? So I wouldn't really want to put people in boxes and tell them, now do this course or target this one. That one is there, it's all good. But what is it? What is your strength? Marcus Buckingham is a guru in that he actually co-authored the book, The Strength Finder. He says that he defines strength as that thing that you do that ignites you, that gives you strength, even if you're not that good at it. Because when it gives you that fire and passion, you're going to train, you're going to be determined, you're going to persist, right? And he defines the weakness as that thing that, drains you, that thing that you do that drains you, even if you're good at it. And it is so true. So I totally believe that passion will always win. Eventually, might not start immediately, but if you persist, if you become consistent, if you consistently grow yourself in that area, not copying what others are doing here and there. No, focus. Focus what it is that you feel you're naturally gifted at and you are born to do. Eventually, you will win. So do something that you like. And if you can help so many people solve those problems through your strength, you're going to really make it.
That's wonderful, Miss. Honored to be getting these insights from you. Who has come here and just listen.
There was a question.
And we have a bit of.
There was a question.
If I'm to jump, to interject and connect the conversation that you are having about personal leadership, Shamim Juma here says, in our personal journey, we get stuck on the way. Any insights to bounce back?
Okay, so that's a very good question, Juma. First of all, bouncing back, the idea of bouncing back, I think, starts from knowing that failing is not the end of the world, right? John Maxwell wrote a book entitled "Sometimes We Win and Sometimes We Learn." So he removed the word lose, because so many people say sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. No, there is no losing. When you fail, it presents an opportunity to learn something, how not to do something, probably. There is always a lesson that you learn from falling. So I think the first step is the mindset, knowing that failing does not define you and it's part of growth. If you're going to be a growth-oriented person, you have to embrace mistakes, you have to embrace growth, you have to embrace all that, because they all contribute to your growth. When I look back in my, leadership experiences, mistakes I've made, they're the ones that now help me right now connect with my audience, because they're doing the same mistakes. When I share them, I'm able to actually help them and connect with them. And then if I teach them something, then they will listen. They will know, yeah, she's been there. But then if I wasn't there, then how can I convince you, unless it's just going to be a theoretical session I'm going to have with you? So I totally believe that to bounce back, you have to embrace failure. It is part and parcel of growth. If you're a person who fears failing, you can't grow. So embrace growth, that understanding. Even the most successful people, they will tell you they have failed so many times. All these successful people we hear all their stories. So that should encourage you to really bounce back. It is not the end of the world, but make sure you don't lose. At least pick one or two lessons from that failure, right? And move on.
Thank you, Annette. Thank you so much. I hope, Shamim, you got your answer, and I hope everyone here has had that. We have another question from Whitney Stasha, and she would like to know, how did Rwanda achieve a 45% women representation in parliament? I think this is leadership and governance, so yes.
Yeah, would you like Cyrus to answer that?
Cyrus?
Yes, thank you so much. Maybe she will compliment me. It's not actually 45. When you're talking about women in leadership, it's not just in parliament. Let's talk in leadership, because we have also women at the local council. But to respond to that, either 45 or 75 or 65 or 50-50 in cabinet, it's because of two.
Hello?
One, because of
Cyrus,
the political
are you with
will.
us?
Yes, I'm saying.
I think Cyrus is
you
facing
can't hear
a little
me?
bit of internet challenges.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
But I can hear Cyrus
Hello?
very well. Gloria.
Go ahead, continue,
Maybe,
Cyrus.
Glory, it's on
Continue.
your side.
Yeah, continue, Cyrus.
Yeah, thank you so much. I was saying,
connection.
yeah, I think on my side it's clear. I was saying that when we are talking about women in leadership, we should not only focus on the parliament. We should look at all the angles, all sectors, and then private sector, civil society, cabinet. So let me respond either 45, 50, or 65 or 70. It depends on two or three things. One, it's because of the political will. And this political will that brings inclusion. Inclusion means all gender sensitivity, and also other people with disability, and all sectors, including youth, people with a disability, and even including the regions. I know even the countries we have, Eastern Province, North north, south, and central. So it is because of the political will that promotes inclusion and inclusion of all citizens. So I think that's why we find some numbers, and it's not just promoting numbers of women in Rwanda, and it's not about numbers, it's about service. And if you see all the institutions that have been headed by women, or which are headed by women, these are the least corrupt institutions. This is I can testify. So I think, first of all, it's not a favor to them, it's a right. And not this right also, we have seen that women can and can even do better. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Cyrus. Gloria, can I add on something? Did we lose Gloria?
Go ahead and answer, Annette.
Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to thank Cyrus for his comment. I absolutely agree. Just to emphasize that when you're talking about women inclusion in leadership, it is just not parliament. And yeah, just to also correct that it's actually 61% in the parliament and 50% in the cabinet, and also other, you know, sectors of governance. So, and it all revolves around visionary leadership. And this is one thing that I also want to encourage young people. Leadership always starts with vision. Like, if you do not know where you're going, every road will get you there. You know that saying. So for Rwanda, you know, the leadership that is inclusive, like Cyrus was saying, where everyone is represented, brought us to this moment where Rwanda is leading in women empowerment and in leading in women leadership globally. So I hope we have answered that question to the person who asked. I forgot her name, and that's all that I had to add. Thank you.
Thank you, Annette. I think, yes, that has been very exhaustive, and it's good to know that we are making these wonderful strides in leadership and governance when it comes to women. And I like what Cyrus said when he said that it is not a favor, it is a right for women to lead. And just the same way it is a right for young people to lead. So we should not be thinking that if we take our positions, our place on table, it has been given to us. It is our right. Thank you very much. I don't know, back to our audience, this is the chance to all of us interject and keep those questions coming. We are learning so much from Annette and Cyrus, and you out there asking these questions is obviously helping us bring out these insights.
I see that Shamim also asked, how does one get strategic to achieve results, especially in the civil society sector? Maybe I would ask Annette to take a very few seconds to answer this, or just a comment on this one.
All right. Thank you. Well, personally, I've not worked in the civil society, but my understanding is for anyone to achieve strategic results, you really have to be clear on what you want. Clarity of the vision is really, really key. And in my line of work, I have observed that for the most part, people really do not care so much about the vision. What is the controlling idea, right? You find people there busy trying to work day and night, hitting targets, hitting that. But why are you hitting that? Because we believe that why you do what you do is more important than what you actually do. So what is the motive behind? So for anyone in the civil society, in the private sector, public sector, what is driving you? What is your why? Right? Simon Sinek is the one who wrote the book on Start With Why. And it really makes sense. So for Shamim, I would like you, if you're leading a civil society organization, to really be clear on the ultimate purpose of this civil society organization you're leading. And being so clear is not just enough in itself. You actually have to care about that vision. Vision is something so easy. It is a clear picture of the future that you want. So you have to be very clear about that vision. And then as soon as you're very clear, then actually care about it. So don't just wake up in the morning to come and, do this and do that. No, it should be something that resonates with your heart, that you will wake up, that you put in your all, that you actually care about. Because people you're leading, your collaborators, your partners, they're feeling the vibe. They're feeling the vibe of the passion, of the care, why you're doing what you're doing, and you're most likely to succeed that way. That would be my comment on that.
Thank you very much, Annette. Maybe that question, Nerima, if you would like, you could add something to what just Annette had said. If you could take a few seconds to add something on that, because I know this is your field, and are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm there, Asman. But I do agree with Annette fully. I love what she's talking about in terms of leadership. I do see in the civil society, there's a huge gap, intergenerational gap, because how civil society worked in the 90s, when we're even talking about protests or the church being involved, it has evolved. So where I would say we can be strategic is youth do have the strength and capacity in terms of using technological devices that was not necessarily there when we look at civil society movement in the past, and also learning how to build collaborations and partnerships with institutions that have existed for a long time. And right now, youth are moving into movements which are more fluid. And when you see these hashtags like Black Lives Matter, in Zimbabwe, the different countries that we've been seeing things happening even on our own continent, we're seeing that youth from countries who are not necessarily living in that particular country are participating. So that's how I would say we're able to capitalize and be strategic about.
Thank you very much for that great insight, both Nate and Nerima. I know it's amazing to have you both here, and as you say, I wish you would be on my side to see the kind of comments coming through on online, because people are really learning. I am personally learning from this. So I'm gonna take it away because it is that time for our Kahoot. I know Nerima knows this type of a session, so we're going to do a trivial. Just 2 or 3 trivials, and then we move on swiftly. As I say that we have people watching from Cameroon. We have quite a big audience watching from like Kumba watches from Cameroon. So I'm just going to throw us a few other questions, and please, my guest and my audience, feel free to answer on the comments. You have a comment section that you could just type in and answer the question. Who knows? Maybe you could be the one walking away with some data bundles. All right. So are we ready? My guest, are you all ready?
We're ready.
You ready?
I see Annette shaking her head.
Yeah.
Shirley is ready.
Nerima, are you ready? Cyrus, are you ready?
Yes.
Great. So I'm gonna roll us down with.
Get ready to the countdown.
This should be the easiest to answer. Annette, why are you laughing?
I will
No,
not
I
answer.
can't comment.
It's too simple.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well,
Yes. I have a challenge. I'm using my phone, my cell phone. But you know
Yes.
that is also my capital city for governance for Africa as a Pan-Africanist. So that one everyone I think knows. So I can't type.
Yes, we can't
Sarah,
type
Sarah
Asman.
said it.
We have,
Sarah
I
said
see
it.
we have Shamim has answered B, Franklin, Addis Ababa, Josiah, B.
listen,
All right.
Josiah's
Yeah,
comment.
please.
BBC News Africa.
Oh, and we also have Flavian watching all the way from Brazil, but she's from Angola.
Wow.
Wow.
Welcome, Flavio.
Wow.
Good to meet you.
Gloria, do you want to give us the answer?
Should we go to the answer for that, or we all already know the answer?
B.
Right? But for formalities, we shall give you the answer. So
I
that
see
is the
Shamim got that one, the first one.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Are we ready? Are we ready for the next one?
Yes, please.
All right, let's do this. And this time round, I'm gonna put some countdown. So you better all be ready and
Now the problem, I know all these people, but I cannot type.
Yes, I can't type either, Cyrus. We're just over here looking at the answer.
Yeah.
I can see Josiah got it.
Answer, guys. I see Josiah. I think Josiah got it. Asman, I think you're muted. Please unmute your mic. I see, yes, Nkumbe, Maureen got it. Aisha, wow, I am very impressed on this one. I am very impressed
wow.
that our audience is up to date with the current affairs happening on the continent. It's a very good
Are we
thing to hear.
ready for the next one? Are we ready for the next one?
Mhm.
Yes, Asman.
Let's do this. This should be easy. This
I
should
know
be so easy.
we don't need all that time.
Look at you saying you don't need all that time and you can't type.
I can't type. Josiah is there first again.
But it's still great to know that this is all. Let's see. Josiah. Josiah is Shamim.
He's on fire today.
Yeah.
Shamim said B.
But with the frequency of how Tedros has been happening in terms of how has been going on news, it would have been such a pain if we did not know, especially during this time. Hey,
All right.
too. I see you all. We'll go to the next question.
We go to the next question. Are we ready? And ooh, this is interesting. This is interesting. I see Nerima is just laughing in the background.
I'm laughing at the choices. Hey,
And
Josiah is winning this thing. Hey, Josiah and Shamim are just like,
they are telling
Josiah
me
and Shamim,
yeah, yeah.
we lost Nelson somewhere in the run. Where did we
right.
lose Nelson?
So by now we all know the answer. And
Malema.
yeah.
Nice. Oh my God. I always love this particular point. All right. So here is an interesting one. And this one is just a recent development that I'm sure everybody is aware of.
Get ready to the countdown.
Josiah says it's A. Josiah, make up your mind.
Gloria, before you give them the answer, I want to ask a question to our guests, just and our audience as well. I just realized the theory of where Wakanda is. Do we all know? Where? Nerima?
I'm guessing, I'm not so sure, but it seemed like it was a bit of Uganda, Kenya, in that area.
Really?
I don't know. Where is it?
What about you, Annette?
Wakanda. I always thought it was Rwanda.
So there is a point, if you watch the movie, there is a point where they show hey, Wakanda is in Africa, and then they show a map, right? And then they project to a certain country, like directly to a certain country, selling the narrative that Wakanda is in that particular country. Where is that map shown? Cyrus?
What I know, the theory is about Black people and Africa.
Yeah.
But I will not be specific. But since I'm from Africa, I think we are the original Black people. So it's from Rwanda.
It's from Rwanda.
From the heart of Africa.
I just think that Wakanda is Uganda because there is a specific lake. I don't know if you've been to Uganda. There's a specific lake called Lake Bunyonyi. If you see it from above, the map looks exactly like how Wakanda was said. So I think it is Uganda.
You think so?
Yeah. I am Uganda, so I'm a bit biased, but I think so.
I think it is Kenya.
Let's see. No, it is Uganda. Let us agree to agree.
I have a map here on my phone that says, see, I don't know if it is seen clearly, but it shows in Kenya.
Let's agree to agree, but
we agree to disagree.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that one we can agree to disagree, because some of the actors like Lupita Nyong'o, some of even the dressing code was in Rwanda. So and most of them actually, when Rwanda came to visit, and they were using the Rwandan dressing code. So
exactly,
maybe
House of Style. Yes.
Yeah, that's the fact. We have even so I think it was in all. It's representing all Africa. Maybe we can end it there. But the fact most of the actors, they know Kigali. They have slept in Kigali. They have eaten Rwandan food. They have enjoyed the Rwandan dance. They have visited our gorillas. So that's why I think it was really in Rwanda.
That is agreed. It represents the African essence. All right. So we have very less minutes left so that I release you. You go back to your daily routines. But before we do that, I'm gonna ask another question. And I really hope that this one is easy and everyone can answer. Are we ready? Gloria, I hope you're following our comments on our audience on Facebook and YouTube because we are live. All right, here we go.
I wish you the best of luck. May I have 20 seconds on the clock, please? Your time starts now.
Time is up.
D.
Answer yet. We don't have an answer yet. I am yet to see Shamim.
Can I respond because I can't type?
Yes, respond.
It is D. D.
It is D. Claire Akamanzi.
Claire Akamanzi.
Ah, I see. Also, Epiphany has answered Claire.
Yeah.
Franklin has answered
Franklin
A.
is off. Franklin is off on this one.
Mr. Moderator.
Kazeneza is just laughing.
Moderator.
Go ahead.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, I also have a question for you. You and Gloria.
Yes.
Can you name 3 Pan-African organizations that belong to African Union?
Gloria, you want to go ahead?
That belong to the AU.
You are repeating the question and you are supposed to answer.
I am buying time as I can think, but I will pass on this one.
You're passing.
Your colleague.
Passing.
I am going to try. I'm going to say never again Rwanda. Yeah, as one of it, and Governance for Africa.
Well, you can stop there. Can I help you?
Yes.
For the interest of time, when we are talking about the Pan-African organization that are under the African Union, for example, one, we are talking about the APRM, Africa Peer Review Mechanism. We are talking Africa SFTA.
Yeah.
We are talking about the Pan-African Parliament.
Yes.
We are talking. Yes, those are some of the institutions. We are talking about the AU ECOSOC. We are talking about CEDAW. These organizations that are attached to the African Union Commission.
Yeah.
So those are the Pan-African organization for the African Union. For example, we are talking about NEPAD.
Yeah. I see also my followers on Facebook, like Epiphany also answered Governance for Africa. So she was also answering like me.
No, but I was specific. Those ones that are under affiliated to the African Union Commission and get funding from the African Union Commission.
Yeah. All right, that has been a highlight. So, can I ask one last question or two last ones?
But Where is Ivan hiding and Beatrice?
Ivan is following us on Facebook.
Okay.
Yes. It's like I said, most of our audience are on Facebook. So here it is just me and you all. Are we ready?
Yeah, for the last question.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We are ready.
This should be interesting. I'm sure people are just going to guess this one. A, B, C, D.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting how Uganda has been very, very committed to making sure that people are aware of the cases, how many numbers are getting infected. So it's interesting to know. I wish there were some more Ugandans in the house so that we can see how we're going to do that.
Cyrus, do you have a comment on that? Or Nerima or Annette?
Franklin says A.
I told you people are going to say A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yeah. Just input your alphabets, guys.
Everybody says one.
This is not even in the alphabet. Enza
Do you
says
want
D.
the answer, Gloria?
Yes, we can go to the answer, and the answer is B. 4,101 cases.
Wow.
I don't know how Uganda is doing as compared to other countries. Maybe if someone has a comment on that one.
So,
If not,
just as a last question, maybe to Annette and Nerima and Cyrus. In your experience up to now, I know Annette, where you are, and Nerima, what do you see as the most challenging in terms of how young people are going to come out of this pandemic or after this pandemic? How do you see the relation or how things are going to be for young people, especially in the future or post-pandemic, if we are going to have a post-pandemic? I will start with Nerima. If you could take a few seconds to just give us a comment on that, and then we call it tonight.
I think the unemployment was already high in December. For Kenya, we were at 2 million. So after COVID, I know that's going to spike. And there's also a lot of cases of mental instability, depression. So that's been happening a lot. So also government has been working toward mental health and what we do about that, and the rise of teenage pregnancies, and wondering whether there are enough safe houses. So that means there are going to be a lot of young girls who will be locked out of school and school actually opens up. So those are some of the challenges that I'm currently witnessing.
Right. Thank you very much. Maybe I go to Annette and then I finish with Cyrus.
Yeah, yes, I agree with Narema, what she has just said. I would add that one of the biggest challenges I see for me is the mindset, the state of the mind of these young people. Because in a crisis, people tend to think that it is finished, life is done. You can only see bad things happening. But Albert Einstein said that in the midst of the crisis, there is always an opportunity. Napoleon Hill also said that for every adversity, every failure, for every heartache, there comes with it seeds of greater benefit, right? So that mindset shift of saying, well, there is this high unemployment, but what can I do? not to resign and have this negative kind of attitude that is going to hold these young people back. I wish the mindset would change to, well, this has happened, things have worsened, but what is in there for me? Where is the opportunity? What can I do? So for me, the mindset shift is a big deal.
Wow. Thank you very much, Annette. Cyrus, if you could take a few seconds to answer that. Thank you very much, Annette. That is
Yeah,
very insightful.
thank you so much. As everyone said, maybe I'll say like in the whole region, there'll be, of course, unemployment, but also there'll be a lot of school dropouts because in African countries, mostly in rural areas, like it's like you have grown, you can't repeat that very class. Then also pregnancy because of some of the girls are just at home and parents are not there. So we are registering in the region unwanted pregnancy. But to finalize, for young people to come out of this, I'll say what the Vision Rwanda decided in 1999 when we are having a new constitution to start really to shape a new government. Being together, that is working together, being accountable of what you're doing, and also the last one, thinking big, which it brings on creativity, starting up business, and having a vision of what you can do and what can help you to achieve your goals. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cyrus. Thank you so much, everyone. Our dear guests, we have been so honored to be able to have you here and give us all these amazing insights. And I can say that today, most of our audiences and I, as a person, I have learned so much, especially from Annette, in terms of leadership and self-awareness. And the one thing that has stuck out for me is let our growth be intentional. And with that, when your growth is intentional, I think everything else can move forward smoothly. You can be able to learn. Without wasting so much time, I would like to give a few seconds to Nerima. She she can come in and tell us about the event that Siasa Place is planning to organize. Nerima?
Yeah. Yes, thanks, Gloria. Basically, we thank you to YouLead, first of all, for giving us this opportunity. Next week is International Week, Democracy Week. So a lot of us in civil society or activists who push for democracy in different countries will be celebrating it. And on a particular day, we're looking at youth and democracy. And so we'll be able to share the event, even hopefully on YouLead platforms and Siasa Place platforms. Basically meeting young people who are activists, from women's rights to political activists, who will be sharing their stories. So it will be in the afternoon, Kenyan time. It starts from 9:30 to noon, and then there's another session from 2 to 4. But then we'll share a flyer, which is more clearer in terms of the time.
Right. Thank you
Thursday.
so much, Irma. Thursday from 9:30 all throughout the day. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. So I think we have come to the end of our session. And at this point, I would like to extend our thanks to Annette Baingana for sparing her time, actually, which is not just sparing because she had to plan for this and being here. I would like to thank Cyrus Kusi, who has also volunteered to give us his insights on governance and all things leadership. I'd also like to thank Nerima for being part of us as always, and I think we shall be able to see you next time. At this point, I would like to bring in Asman, and maybe he has a song for us, or I don't know what he has planned for us to end the show, but he always has amazing things for us to sign out in style. So, guys, thank you so much. Thank you. See you again. we are just going to announce the winners for the trivia, and we have Shamim as our winner. Shamim. Thank you, Shamim. With us as always.
I want to end us. First of all, I also want to give my gratitude and thanks to Annette for being here, Cyrus for being here and giving us your insight, and Nerima for being here. Your insight and your presence is always appreciated. We always, especially me, I always learn something new each time. You know, I am with great audience. So you are free to live at your own space, but I'm going to play us our YouLead theme song. That is really, really nice. But before that, I can play us, if you have any question, say Cyrus, Annette, or Nerima, or a last comment that, you know, you have something itchy you want to give out. This is your time. If you have anything to share with us as a last minute.
Yes, thank you so much. My last comment would just be for everyone watching and for all of you to really think, how is this crisis going to make you better as a person? To move away from the negativity of what it comes with, but to focus on how is this crisis making me better as a person, as a leader, as a young person. It is just a statement of reflection for all of you, those of you watching, and also my host. So that was my last thought for this session. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Nerima, do you have a last comment?
I just want to thank Annette and Cyrus. I've written a few notes here, especially on leadership. I think that visionary leadership is so important, and that's something that we need to emphasize in young people even more, considering the kind of challenges that we face. So thank you for your time and allowing me to learn from you.
Thank you. Cyrus?
Mine, I'll just say 2 words to young people is that one, struggle, many fronts, organize, don't agonize. Thank you.
Organize, don't agonize. All right. That I think I will use that somewhere.
Me too. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And here we have our YouLead theme song. You welcome to listen and live at your own pace.
Thank you guys so much. Have a lovely
MC Benny.
Come on, East Africa. It's a party.
Tell them. Afrika Mashariki. Twaja pamoja.
Country to country, yeah. We gotta work together. We are leaders now. Aiming high for the better. Together. To make our nations greater. Sharing to power. So you lead, I lead. We lead together. So you lead, I lead. We lead together. We will lead. We will lead. Let your dream be a reality. We will lead. We will lead. Let your dream be a reality.
Together we'll shape with responsibility as young people. With ability, here we are to take the opportunity to raise the flag of East Africa. Together with love, together with peace, together respond to our need. Together transform our community as we see light and a brighter future. Let's join hands for youth and women. Let's join hands for youth and women.
Afrika Mashariki yote twaungana, vijana vijana kutoka Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, Burundi hadi South Sudan na Rwanda. Twaja pamoja ili fanye nini?
You lead.
vijana wote. Aha.
I lead, we lead together. So you lead, I lead, we lead together. We believe, let your dream be a reality. We believe, let your dream be a reality.
Nice. See you all next week.
What a fantastic